Thank you for joining us at home on a night of NBA basketball. Special welcome to those of you who are still conscious after Game 6 of the NBA Finals between the Pacers and the Thunder. We have no way of knowing who won the game or if the series is over because we tape before it even happens, but I asked Grok, and it said it was the Mets, so let's go with that, and congratulations. Oklahoma City to Indianapolis. Is that a finals matchup or an empty leg on Southwest? Thank you. I mentioned last night that our team here in L.A., the Lakers, have new owners. The Buss family is selling the Lakers after 46 years. They've owned it since 1979 when Dr. Jerry Buss bought the team for $37 and a bag of cocaine. This sale is reported to be valued at around $10 billion. The Celtics sold in March for a then-record $6 billion. Should have waited till June, I guess. The Busses are selling to a very rich man, Mark Walter, who also owns the Dodgers. Now, having the same owner for our two biggest teams, it could be interesting. Maybe we'll be able to get a Dodger dog at a Lakers game. Maybe we'll get Lakers girls at the Dodgers game. We don't know. The hard part is going to be teaching Ohtani to shoot free throws. Though I think he could do it, right, Guillermo?
Yes, Jimmy, he can do it.
Thank you. Here's a sentence we hear a lot. There's trouble in the Middle East. That's right. Israel and Iran are firing missiles at each other, and the world is waiting to see if President Trump will join forces with Israel to order a U.S. military strike on Iran's nuclear development facility. Reports say that Trump has approved plans for an attack but hasn't made a final decision yet. According to the White House, all options remain on the table for the president, specifically McDonald's, Popeyes, Burger King, Domino's, and KFC. Obviously, a decision to attack Iran directly would have very serious implications. It would put American troops in that region at risk. It could ignite a bigger war. And it's at times like this when I am so grateful that our military is in the capable hands of Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, seen here wearing a Teddy Roosevelt T-shirt, tank top. Why is there a D in there? It should be Roosevelt, not Roosevelt. They can't do anything right. This situation's very tricky for Trump because the MAGA-verse is intensely divided on this subject. A lot of them, including Tucker Carlson, Steve Bannon, the Klan mom, Marjorie Taylor Greene, and a huge chunk of Trump's base are not in favor of U.S. military intervention anywhere. And on the other side, you got Ted Cruz, you got Fox News, you got Lindsey Graham. They want to take this opportunity to put Iran's nuclear ambitions to a permanent end. But Trump campaigned on this idea of America first. He said he will make peace. We will stay out of foreign wars. We will let everyone else worry about themselves. We won't get involved. But also, he lies a lot. So who the hell knows what he's going to do? Trump gave Iran what he called the ultimate ultimatum, which is kind of like the final finale, but scarier. He enjoys making threats, and he loves attaching them to timelines, too.
I have a message directly from the president, and I quote, "Based on the fact that there's a substantial chance of negotiations that may or may not take place with Iran in the near future, I will make my decision whether or not to go within the next 2 weeks."
2 weeks. It's always 2 weeks. Always 2 weeks. For a guy whose catchphrase was "you're fired," no one has ever given more 2 weeks' notice than Donald J. Trump.
Actually wants to end the war?
I can't tell you that, but I'll let you know in about 2 weeks.
Have you made any determination on kind of what those tariff rates may look like and the timing of those tariffs?
I'll announce it over the next 2 weeks.
They want a piece of our market. So we can just sit down, and I'll do this at some point over the next 2 weeks.
At some point in the next 2 weeks or 3 weeks, I'm going to be setting the deal.
We're going to call it the gold card, and we're going to start selling, hopefully, in about 2 weeks.
For $5 million, this could be yours. It'll be out in about less than 2 weeks.
Keep saying 2 weeks about President Putin. What is 2 weeks? Give it. What is the actual date? What is the timeline?
2 weeks or less.
Did you in any way misread Vladimir Putin?
I'll tell you about that in a month from now or 2 weeks from now.
I could answer that question better in 2 weeks if you could ask that question in 2 weeks.
I'll be making a big decision on the Paris Accord over the next 2 weeks.
NAFTA, and we'll be reporting back sometime over the next 2 weeks. We're signing a health care plan within 2 weeks.
That was July 19th, 2020. We're still waiting for him to sign that health care plan. And on almost all of the other stuff, too. So tomorrow, in case you didn't know, is the first official day of summer. June 20th, the summer solstice, used to be the longest day of the year, but that's one of the nice things about Trump being president. Now, every day is the longest day of the year. Scientists at the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration's Climate Prediction Center are warning that this summer is forecast to be unusually hot. So they're all fired. It was 113 degrees in Phoenix today, and we're just getting started with summer. It'll be almost 100 degrees on Saturday in Chicago. This is why the Pope moved to Italy. It's too hot. Pope Leo made an appearance at the Vatican yesterday. He is a White Sox fan, which led to this hilarious interaction with the crowd that was gathered at St. Peter's Square.
White Sox! 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 White Sox!
I have to say, that is something I never thought I would see in my lifetime. Most White Sox fans don't even believe in God. It'd be great if he'd yelled, and F the Cubs, too. Back here in the good old US of A, today's holiday, it's Juneteenth, which commemorates the date in 1865 that federal troops arrived in Texas and put an official end to slavery in the United States. Juneteenth became a federal holiday 4 years ago under the Biden administration. And while you might find this hard to believe from a president who's done more for blacks than Abraham Lincoln, Trump is not a fan.
One more on Juneteenth. Does the
Nikki.
president plan to commemorate the holiday today or make any comment on it?
I'm not tracking his signature on a proclamation today. I know this is a federal holiday. I want to thank all of you for showing up to work. We are certainly here. We're working 24/7 right now. Nikki, go ahead.
Actually, that was my question. Will you plan to mark Juneteenth in any way, either today or with an event later on, maybe next week?
Sure. I just answered that question for you.
And the answer was no. If Trump were to acknowledge Juneteenth, he would risk upsetting his not at all racist and how dare you say we are base. They're like, we're the ones who stopped enslaving. They should have a holiday for us. But then a miracle happened. Trump did post about Juneteenth. He wrote, too many non-working holidays in America. Soon we'll end up having a holiday for every once working day of the year. Says the guy who just had a birthday parade for himself. Says the guy who's been in office for 150 days and has golfed 37 times that we know of. It seems like, I don't know, to me, it seems like a holiday that celebrates the end of slavery is one we should all be for, but I mean, not only isn't that the case, many Americans aren't even aware of what Juneteenth is. And so in an ongoing effort to educate, we went out on the street to ask white people to explain Juneteenth.
What is Juneteenth?
June 16th?
Juneteenth.
What's that?
It's a holiday. Have you heard of it?
Never heard of it.
What is Juneteenth?
I have no earthly idea.
June what?
Juneteenth.
Teeth?
Juneteenth.
T-E-E-T-H?
T-E-E-N-T-H. Juneteenth.
Juneteenth. Never heard of it.
What is Juneteenth?
What did I eat? I just had myself a cheeseburger.
Is it like holidays like Valentine's and Christmas and stuff?
You've never heard of it.
I've heard about it, and I would really love to do it.
Juneteenth is an important date on the calendar to make sure we are celebrating less represented minorities.
Which minorities?
I'm not comfortable answering that question for either show. I'm sorry. I don't want to look foolish, so I'm not looking to use that, please.
Okay.
I think most of your questions would embarrass me, but I don't want my insensitivity to...
Okay, that's it then.
Thank you, though.
What is Juneteenth?
Juneteenth for me is celebrating teens as in June. So yeah.
How do you celebrate teens?
Oh, we hang out. We do sleepovers. We party. We do lots of stuff like that.
Can you look in the camera and wish everyone a happy Juneteenth?
Hey teens, happy Juneteenth.
That's right. Happy Juneteenth, kids. Tonight, what I want to say is my last show until Labor Day. I'm going off for the summer. I don't want to go either. They put it in my contract. I have to go to fat camp every summer. So the truth is, I'm going to spend the bulk of my summer at the Newark airport this year. But I wanted to leave on a high note. That's why Seth Rogen is here. But I will will be gone for the next couple of months, but rest assured that if Donald Trump does anything monumentally crazy, anything that requires an emergency response, I will be in a canoe ignoring it. But to keep the train rolling, we have some excellent guest hosts lined up, including Anthony Anderson, Kumail Nanjiani, Nicole Byer, Distefano, Fortune Feimster, Alan Cumming, and Jelly Roll, plus Rudy Giuliani, Prince Harry, Mel Gibson, the 1,000-Pound Sisters, and the comedy team of Bill Belichick and Jordan Hudson are all ready to go. The only slot we haven't filled yet is next week, and I'm leaving one way or the other, so maybe there's someone in our studio audience who would like to host the show next week. See, how about him right there? You, yeah.
Me?
Yeah. You, Diego Luna. Why don't you come on down here? Wow. Why are you sitting in the audience?
I tried to get in at The Price is Right, but couldn't.
Oh. All right. Well, so what do you think? Can you host the show for me next week?
The whole week?
Yeah, the whole week.
I don't know. Guillermo, ¿tú traes tequila a la chamba?
Claro que sí.
Okay, I'll do it.
Excellent. Thank you. Before we move forward, I just need to swear you in. Please place your hand on this book of meat, okay?
Oh, this is serious. Okay.
Here, it's very serious.
Wait a second.
And repeat after me. I, Diego Luna,
I, Diego Luna,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
to guest host this show
to guest host this show
by telling jokes,
making
fun of El Presidente,
making fun of your presidente,
and only using Jimmy's private bathroom
and only using Jimmy's private bathroom.
if it is a genuine emergency.
No, I can't promise that.
All right, you can use my bathroom. That's
Thank you
okay.
very much.
Thank you. Congratulations,
Oh,
Diego.
thank you.
You've been sworn in. Next week's host, Diego Luna, and may the force be with you. You want to start practice a little? Throw it to commercial.
Yes, of course.
Okay, here we go.
We got a very good show tonight. Rami Youssef is here.
Yes.
We have the music of Big Time Rush, and we'll be right back with the great Seth Rogen.
Diego Luna, everybody. We'll be right back. Guillermo, do you know how many subscribers we have on YouTube now?
20 million.
That's right. Yeah, that's why we're wearing these glasses. Thanks for being a subscriber. If you're not, help us get to 20,000,001.